Morning everyone, we are down at, where are we? Hall Street, IPI Project H on this lovely Sunday morning if you're joining us live. Hope you're having a good weekend. We're heading up to Scotland this afternoon, but before we do that, Victoria needed to get down here and make some design decisions because we've got the decorators making I suppose they've already made a start upstairs as you'll see in a moment, but they're really going for it this week. So she's just finalising colour schemes and layouts and all that sort of good stuff. So I thought I'd make myself useful and give you a bit of a tour of the project whilst I'm standing around twiddling my thumbs. So I'll run through the numbers. We're nearing completion. We're probably, 80% there, so should be finished before Christmas. Maybe everything except the flooring at least, so you'll get a good idea of the layout of this building if you've not seen it for a while. And I'll just give you a bit of a general tour as well. But before I jump into that, we mentioned on our stories yesterday we're looking at doing IPI Community Christmas Social. I keep seeing the shadow of my hand as I sort of do all these random hand gestures in the background, like finger puppets over here. But yeah, we mentioned doing an IPI Christmas Social, and there seems to be loads of interest in that. So whilst we're driving up to Scotland this afternoon, Victoria's going to share a few more details about what we're going to do for that, and it'd be cool if we could see some of you there on the 19th of December. So that's going to be like a little under 2 weeks from now. But just in kind of general terms on the numbers of this project, if you've not seen it before, if you've forgotten which one this is a commercial conversion into an 8-bedroom HMO. It took us a while to get through planning, but we've effectively put a big double-story extension on the back, which has given us probably 3 extra bedrooms and a large kitchen. We bought the site for 160 grand. We bought it, do you remember when we bought this view? Was it earlier this year or last year? Early this year, apparently, for 160,000. Obviously took it through the planning process, got planning approved, and the renovation budget, depending on whether you ask me or Si or just what day of the week it is probably going to be around about 180 grand. So we're looking at an all-in spend of £340,000. We expect the end value of this to be about £400,000, and that's based on a commercial valuation. And our monthly rental income is going to be in excess of 4 grand with a monthly net profit in excess of 2 grand. I think based on the deal analysis we've done, it's probably going to be about £2,300 net profit on this one deal. I'm stood at the front of the building just now. There was a shop front behind me. If any of you have seen this on one of our open days, this was the front of the building with a big shop front here, and it now looks a lot more resi just with a sort of single window in there. But I'll try and turn my camera around and I'll just give you a quick walkthrough of the site. Now you can see this floor is probably not 80% complete, but upstairs is a bit further ahead. Before we look at either of these though, I just wanted to point out the cellar space. It's going to be dark down here. But this is going to be one of our, God, you can't see that at all. Basically a cinema room. A cinema room for us is marketing spiel for a lounge without any windows. It just seems to sell a little bit better than calling it a dingy, dark and miserable lounge. We call it a cinema room, put up some movie posters, and it works quite well. The rest of the communal space is through here. So we've actually got a bit of a dining room in this one, which is unusual for us. But I think it could work quite well as a little social space. We've got this sort of built-in booth here. There's going to be a dining table, obviously, in front of the booth. And little details like this, Victoria's got the cables through for 3 pendant lights that are going to be a big feature over that dining table. The little things like that need to be figured out early on in a project if you want to get that sort of effect further down the line. Here she is.
Hi.
How's everything going?
Yeah, good.
You going to disappear?
Yeah.
You know, want to talk us through your design vision? There's pressure.
Put me on the spot. I'd say it is light industrial. So it's not uber industrial, but it's probably more industrial than previous HMOs. We're veering away from our normal safe palette of grey. There is not a touch of grey in this property. So my main colours are Stiff Key by Farrow & Ball, which is like a really dark inky blue that we used in our Macclesfield project.
Firm favourite with the Insta crowd.
Yeah. Denimes, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's more of like a bluey green, a lighter bluey green. And then I've convinced the decorators to give like a rust effect paint a go in a couple of the bedrooms as well. So here, in this room, this is going to be quite industrial. So this built-in bench is going to be Stiff Key, some really dark blue. and then we've got these tiles left over.
Oh, these are the
from
Manchester Road.
From the barbershop project.
We hated them.
We didn't hate them, but they weren't as premium as we wanted for the service department, so we didn't use them, and we ended up getting proper brick slips. But from a distance, they actually look really good. They just weren't good enough for the SA, but they're absolutely good enough for a HMO. So this whole wall and this whole wall will be brick tiled, so it'll look hopefully like an exposed brick wall, dark bench, kind of rustic dining table, big feature lights. So
cool.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Okay. Getting back to the tour through, here is our kitchen, which is a bit hectic at the moment. I think our kitchen fitter is cursing us. It looked beautiful a couple of days ago, and then all of this render showed up and it started raining, so that's for the outside of the building, but currently being stored in our kitchen. Anyway, we've got a couple of hobs. You can see the extractors there, a couple of sinks on this side, and then back doors out to what is going to be a little landscaped garden area. Obviously a bit of a mess just now, but that's exclusively going to be like sort of actual private garden space. And then behind that, where the skip is, we've got space for 3, maybe 4 cars with this house, which is a nice little bonus for us as well. So anyway, getting back out of the dining room, we've got a bedroom in the other half of the extension. So I should have said that kitchen is fully in the extension. This one's got a little quadrant ensuite going on in there, a little bit dark as well. But this bedroom and the kitchen on the ground floor are the extent of what we got in the extension. Victoria's like just creeping up on me.
Can I have your car keys, please?
Sure. There we go.
Thanks, bye.
I thought you had something interesting to say. And then the rest of the ground floor, we have got 2 bedrooms that share a bathroom. So this is one of them at the back, so that's got a view of the garden. This is the shared bathroom for them, so obviously bathroom still needs to get fitted there. Utility room here, one thing that we are big fans of, as you know, is keeping washers and dryers out of the kitchen, out of the communal space. So this is going to be boiler, obviously, washers, dryers. I don't know if the recycling bins are going in there maybe, but no. Just a good useful storage space. And then this is the other bedroom on the ground floor. This is where I started the tour, so this was all shop front before. And it's the same size as the other bedroom, but just because the other one's at the back, that back one will probably get a slightly more premium price. And then just quickly showing you upstairs. This front room of the building is one of the more interesting ones. It's certainly got a lot of attention because of this mezzanine bed platform that we have put in. You'll have seen the pictures of this on Insta a couple of days ago, I think. Someone's asking what sort of boilers we put in. So there's a big cylinder in the cellar, which you couldn't see because it was dark. We've moved away from electric showers. We used to have at least one electric shower in case the boiler broke. But we've found now that we have got a big unvented cylinder, like a mega flow type system. So we've got a big boiler, unvented cylinder, and that provides plenty of hot water for the whole house. I can run through some more details of that. Sai has given us a full detail breakdown of what's going in here, so if you're interested in that, I can maybe share some details on it later on. But anyway, back to this room. So it's got an ensuite there, which is a good size. But I know it's this mezzanine that everyone is interested in. Now, the beauty of this mezzanine is that, well, first of all, it makes use of the vaulted ceilings that we've got in here. But it also takes space away from the stairs. So if you think this is the communal staircase, part of the bed is actually up here. So rather than being, I guess it allows us to use extra space that we wouldn't have been able to use before. And the same on the other side, we've got 2 of these mezzanine bed platforms, and they kind of share that space above the stairs, which is kind of cool. So you can see if we come up here. And for anyone who's asking, yes, we do have sort of full 2 meter clearance on the stairs up here. You still need to comply with building regs for the stairs. So we've got a light switch up here that will control both lights, obviously a couple of double sockets, and basically this is all just going to be a mattress, which gives us floor space downstairs. There will be some partitioning here, kind of like timber upright balustrade things. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's not something we've done before. We'll see how it goes, but I kind of like it. It means we get little pockets of space like this under the stairs as well, which will be a fitted wardrobe. Continuing on, this is an off suite. So we've got 2 sort of communal bathrooms in this house between 3 bedrooms, 2 on the ground floor, so that will very much be a shared bathroom. But this one upstairs is only going to be used by a bedroom at the back, this one here. So we kind of, rather than just saying it's a second shared bathroom, we call it an off suite. Again, it's kind of marketing spiel, but it means that although it's not got its own private ensuite within the room, it's got exclusive use of a bathroom somewhere in the house. This is the smallest room in the house, and it is pretty compact. I think were we to do these plans again, we might have just gone for a 7 bedroom. You can see that there's not a huge amount of space, and this angled wall is not great as well, but you know what, we want to share the good and the bad, so we'll get some good pictures of this once it's done and let you know exactly how it's worked out. The bathroom is going on pretty well in here. You can't really see it, but we're trying out these bathroom panels for the first time rather than tiling. I used to hate bathroom panels. They were always like glittery, sparkly, but we found these nice wood effect ones actually when we were staying in a lodge somewhere. They looked really cool, so we've sourced them. Really quick to fit, cheap to fit if you've got a sort of straight run, and I think they look really good as well. So this is the second mezzanine. I've seen a question here. What's your thoughts on the raised bed with an ensuite rather than a normal layout with no ensuite? I assume the space in the ensuite used to be part of that room. Yeah, I mean, for me, if I kind of follow the logic of your question, I think these rooms will rent for more with the raised bed and the ensuite. I think that our sort of typical demographic, you know, they're not looking to make a buying decision on these houses. They're living here for probably about 9 months, and having something a bit different like this mezzanine that we've got in this, this is the second mezzanine room. You know, it's something a bit different. So I think it'll actually be a big appeal. And then the fact that in this case we've got the ensuite underneath it, which is kind of cool. So we will have a shower on this side, toilet here, sink in the middle, and then obviously the bed is above it. I think it's going to work well. So I think it's definitely going to enhance the overall rent of the property by having this in. And again, you can see the vaulted ceilings. And then we have 2 more bedrooms, and these 2 bedrooms were in the extension. So we had a couple of people contact us after we bought this saying, oh yeah, we viewed that, and you know, we can only see how you could get 5 bedrooms in there or whatever. So this extension, double-story extension, has added 3 bedrooms and a kitchen space, which was basically the only way to make this site viable, but we had all that land at the back that it was a good option. So this is the bedroom that has the shared bathroom, the off suite, which is just at the end of the hall there. So I'm now at the back of the building, so it's not too far to go, and it's a good sized bedroom. And then the final room in the house, which is possibly my favorite, because you've got this sort of double aspect. You've got a view over the garden, obviously once that's landscape, so we're above the kitchen just now. And then where the skip is, I said that's where we're going to get a few car parking spaces in there. And then another view just out over the street there. But it's a good sized room, and obviously it's got an ensuite as well. And you can see that the decorators have given it a first coat of paint. So we've got a toilet in here, and you can't see that, but there's a shower tray down there, and we'll have those sort of wood effect bathroom panels as well. Another question about ensuites: do you always have extractors leading to the outside? Well, we do ventilation in these houses where you've got a lot of bathrooms and a lot of people doing laundry and so on. It's sort of critical that you get your extraction right, but yeah, it's all vented to the exterior of the property. So yeah, it's getting there. We've got bathrooms all getting fitted this week. The decorators are starting, and they'll probably be in here for a couple of weeks. So by the time we get back from Scotland, we should have a much more complete looking house, which will be nice. Hopefully we'll have some electricity on as well, so we can get some real lights on. There's still a bit of work to do, but we've got a couple of weeks left until Christmas, so we'll be cracking the whip now that we're home. Si will be down here making sure everything is going as quickly as possible, and whether it's finished by Christmas or not, it's not going to be far behind that. So yeah, one thing I wanted to share whilst I was down here was an idea of the floor plans. I appreciate it's a bit of a maze as I'm walking around, and it's difficult. I was going to bring my laptop in and sort of, you know, screen share through that, but I couldn't get it to work. So what I thought I'd do instead, all the drawings for this one and most of our projects now are done by Emma Smith, who is one of the owners of Peterson Smith Architects. Love working with her, but on this project I think she came up and she did 5 feasibility drawings, and then we amended like our 2 or 3 favorite ones and sort of merged them into one. So if you're interested in like HMO design and layout, what I'll do is I'll bundle them up into a PDF, and I'll put a link maybe underneath this video if you're watching it on Facebook, or I'll figure out a way of doing it on Instagram, maybe on our stories. I think Victoria's added a highlight on our stories on Instagram now called like free stuff, so I'll post it in there maybe. But yeah, I'll just bundle up the existing floor plans the floor plans when we bought it, which was a very small building. We've effectively doubled the square footage of this place, as well as all the feasibility drawings that Emma prepared, and then the final designs that we submitted to planning as well, just so you can see our sort of process of how we took it from a small building into an 8-bedroom HMO. So keep an eye on our stories, or like I say, I'll stick a link underneath this video as well if you're interested. But I'm going to jump in the car now. We need to go and visit Victoria's grandma before we head up to Scotland. But if you've got any questions on it, stick them in the comments, or just send us a DM and I'll get back to you as soon as we can. All right, thanks guys, speak to you soon.